All right, welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. It is Wednesday, hump day, and guess what? Mr. Powell is on the camera giving a live stream right now. He says we can achieve a soft landing, whatever that means. Markets are rallying. I think that means he's talking in regards to inflation not getting out of control. And I do want to mention again, we did have a monthly closure 2 days ago, which did set up some of the more bullish ideas that we have been having. But we will go over that in just a few seconds. And I do want to remind everybody, if you liked and subscribed, we entered you into a drawing to win an Oculus headset. So stay to the end of the video, see if you won. The big question is, right, why are the markets rallying in the face of this war? And to put it in simple terms, the Fed now has an excuse to blame inflation on the war. And now analysts are forecasting with 90% chance. And when I say analysts, I'm talking about the Fed's funds futures markets, okay? And they're pricing in with 90% certainty that the March rate hike will only be 0.25% versus what they were saying prior to this was a 0.5% rate hike. And so what are we going to talk about today? Bitcoin's price action. And we're going to make it a short video as this is my fourth video. Oh my gosh, recording devices. I can't even tell you how much fun this has been. We're going to skip the altcoins. We're going to skip gold and oil, and we're going to jump right into Bitcoin's price action here. First thing I'm noticing here is, well, and again, the big question is, was this the macro low right here? Was this the macro low? And after Bitcoin did see a 20% gainer the day after the war launched, right? 20% gainer right there. Actually, I think it was 18%. And then that's a continuation candle. So we got continuation. But how am I looking to see, like, is this rally going to continue onwards and upwards from here? Or are we going to get a move down to the 9 exponential? And I would say any kind of a tick below the 9, but below yesterday's low will get us a move down to the 9 exponential. And that is completely fine on the daily time frame. But where I'd be looking to identify this is actually on a 4-hour. And how would I start to look for a short-term pullback? Well, I'd want to be looking for bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. What is bearish divergence? Again, bearish divergence is when price is making higher highs, but RSI is making lower highs. So, has price made a higher high on a closing basis? No. This is a slew of lower highs coming back from this point here and even from this point here. You got 1, 2, and that I would say this is about to confirm. How would I confirm a lower high here? Is with a 4-hour closure below 42,826. Any kind of a 4-hour closure below there, we're going to get a move at least down to the 21 and possibly a move down to the green 55, which will be going up slowly but surely. And this is about to confirm a golden cross. And typically what you do want to see is when a golden cross, if it's going to be a valid cross, you want to see price action come and test the cross and then rocket ship back up. This would also be in line with and I'll just get that little squiggly line out from my last video that did not record. That would be a gap fill on the 4-hour here coming in at 41,000. Gap fill would be at 42,000 right there. So I do think that's rather likely after Bitcoin does make an unabated move from 37,000 up to 45,000. It's okay for price action to cool off a little bit, right? Have a little short-term pullback. And we do have 4-hour Stokes about to cross down. And that'll happen with any kind of a 4-hour closure, I would say back below 43,410. And this is typically, so if we can get the exponential and the RSI back below the critical zone here, that would definitely play into the idea that, likely we do see that move. Also, you got declining volatility, which is showing us that a consolidation is more likely to take place here on a 4-hour time basis. If you wanted to take a look at this on an hourly, even an hourly closure below 43,000, I think the gap does get filled at 42,000 at a minimum, with a possible stretch down to 40,850 on the hourly time frame. We do have extremely low volatility. Stokes beginning to cross down here from the 50% region, kind of rejecting, getting positive there. I would say that may just very well line up with a test down. A test down. So, and that's completely fine. In fact, I would like to see that happen. But I am more in alignment here, with NASDAQ putting in a rally, S&P and Dow putting in a nice little rally. All I'd want to see is dollar get rejected here again. It is playing out some bearish divergence on the hourly time frame. What about on a daily? Yeah. So any kind of a daily closure back below here, I think gets you a move back to the bottom side of the range. And that will look good for Bitcoin to start to, so we got 1, 2, 3 highs on the daily time frame. And however, do I think that's the likely thing to happen? No, I do think dollar looks very strong. And we have been calling this out, saying dollar looks like it wants to move upwards towards this targeted area. But back on to Bitcoin's price action. And so back onto the 4-hour, actually forget it. Let's just take a look at the daily. On the daily time frame, because this is where we want to operate off right now. And we'll take a little bearish retracement right there. And I would say any kind of a daily closure back below the 0.5 fib retracement, which let's make it a bullish retracement. So if the daily wants to come back below 40,150, more conservatively, I would say call it 39,000, the last breakout level. Somewhere in this region, around the yellow 21. If the daily wants to start closing dailies back below there, I would consider this a bull trap and a failed rally, and very, very likely a move back down to 35,000 with a small bounce and probably continuation down to doggy town around 30,000 bucks. But I don't think it would break 30,000 on the first pass. Do I think that's likely to happen? Do I think that's what's happening? No, I don't think that's what's happening. But that is my criteria for a failed Bitcoin rally. So let's also bring up the weekly time frame here. And something that I had been mentioning, I think on Monday, I did say any kind of a weekly closure back above 40,550. Sorry, call it 40,200. Oddly enough, that is the pivot, on the daily that you want to be watching out for. Daily's back below there. But any kind of a weekly closure back above last week's high will confirm hidden bullish divergence. What is that? We've got price making higher lows and RSI making lower lows. And that would give us a technical target back to the top side of the range here. And that would be coming in right here at 52,000. And oddly enough, what have we been talking about? Where's our bull trap going to come in? Somewhere around 52 to 55,000. And that is with this guy right here. So wick to wick, bull traps come in between the 0.5 and the 618. And that would be like this. And how would he confirm it? If we come up there, reject, and close dailies back below 46.5, and I would say that is a failed miserably rally and a bull trap. So why am I leaning more towards these upside targets being hit? Well, a few reasons, a few very good reasons. One being this. NASDAQ is putting in a rally alongside the rest of the market. But specifically on the weekly, the this looks like it's definitely going to confirm. But we also have our momentum oscillators turning up from a very low level, and this has produced some significant bounces. The last time we crossed up there, that move got us all the way up. If you just bought the cross from the downside there, you're talking about a 94% gainer, or let's say a, excuse me, call it a 60% gainer. And let's check another one here. We crossed it up. That's not from the critical zone, but more importantly, this guy right here. So when you get in the critical zone, way, way down here, this is not critical enough, but this is critical enough. And that one produced a nice rally to the upside to the tune of 200% there. And then you can go back a little bit farther on the BLX index. No, you know what? We don't have time today. This is my 4th recording. I'm not going to do it, but just know crossing up from the critical zone there definitely gets us a bit of a rally. Alongside, you can see the bullish divergence getting put in, the lows getting put in, and volatility is kind of contracting at the moment, but has been steadily increasing. So that is another point for the bulls. So all I want to do is see volatility stop decreasing, start increasing, and that I imagine would happen with any kind of a daily closure back above the region we've been talking about at 46,000. So any kind of a daily closure back above 46,000 gets us a move up to the $52,000 region. Now, something to be aware of, again, is we will have many drives of bearish divergence if we cannot take out this high on a daily closure basis. So that's why I'm leaning more towards an upside resolution of this range. And again, more touches to a trend line, the more often it breaks. And if you put the trend line back based off of closures instead of wicks, we got all these tries to really close it above, right? All these tries right here. Again, all I want to see is the daily get back above there, and that is going to produce a very, very nice move to the upside. And I will touch on a few of the altcoins that are really partying to the moon, and 2 of the metaverse coins that I think are displaying the same characteristics. Again, we got hidden bullish divergence, prices making higher lows, RSI is making significant lower lows. That should get a crack to the top side of the range. Any kind of it looks like it's already confirmed here, actually. So this is just a test of the 9. I would expect at least a move up to 388 for Mr. Sandbox over the next week or two. And same thing here for Mr. Mana. We've got significant drives of hidden bullish diversions coming back from this point. That should get us a move back to the top side of the range. And I would say next target, 335. Any kind of weekly closure back above 350. And I think this one definitely hits 380. Let's take a look at Phantom, which had a big rally this morning. And, I would say on a daily time frame, declining volatility, Stokes up, getting out of the bearish control zone, should give us a shot back up to the top side of the range at 237 with any kind of a daily closure back above 215. That would look good there. And of course, downside targets will be precipitated with any kind of a daily closure back. I'd say even you take out 157 to the downside and we probably get a hit down to 131. Okay. Gala, another metaverse coin, gaming coin thing that is doing pretty much the similar thing. We've got lower lows coming in there, confirmed, and higher lows in RSI. And so got a bit of hidden bullish divergence there as well. And Stokes are up. Volatility is declining. So all we want to do is see a break of the range alongside volatility tick up. And I think very, very likely this one continues on with the party. And then you got Mr. Luna. This is the one that received $1 billion worth of funding from some venture capitalists. It's the biggest funding I've ever heard in crypto, I think ever in cryptocurrency land. They sold some coins for $1 billion, and that was back right around here. And I believe that was when the announcement was made. And you can already see this hidden bullish divergence playing out with the shot to the top side of the range, breaking the range. And really, here's what I'd like to say about this one. If we can get a daily closure, more specifically a weekly closure, back above 102, and I'm looking for the next major target to get hit at about 140. Now, in the short term, is it completely fine for us to come and test the silver price down at the yellow 21 at about 67? And I would say yes, that would be completely fine. More importantly, any kind of a tick below this guy is going to get you a move down to the 9 exponential. And as long as we are closing above the 382 fib, I would say this one moves onwards and upwards and probably hits this target over the next few weeks or months. And that's provided that that would be in line with Bitcoin heading up to 52,000. If Bitcoin tags 52, I'll make a bold statement here. Very likely this guy tags up towards 140. And Atom, another one that's been rather strong over the long term. Why do I say that? Well, look at this chart. March of 2020, Bitcoin was at 4,000. It did a 10x up to 40,000, right? What did this guy do? A 3,000. So it outperformed Bitcoin by 4x. What did Luna do? And this is why I call these some of the stronger altcoins, right? What did Luna do during that time? Mr. Luna, what did you do from March in 2020? A 96,000% gainer. Gosh, wish I was on that boat. Mr. One, Harmony One, March of 2020. 26,000% gainer. Whew. Partying. And doing the same thing as Bitcoin. About to confirm the hidden bullish divergence, which should get you a shot up to the top side of the range at about 33 cents. I would, be mediating that with a closure on a weekly time frame back above 22 cents, or call it 23 cents. And that would get me confirmation up to the top side of the range for 35 cents. And that is a 100% gainer from where we're at today. Not bad. So these I'll be keeping a keen eye on and giving you some more updates. All right. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we're not financial advisors. It's not financial advice. If you enjoyed the daily analysis, click the subscribe button below. Get reminded of all the future daily videos and updates we put out. Also get entered to win for any contests that we have. And I do want to do that drawing now. If you made it to the end of the video, here's what I would say. Unfortunately, I was only able to pull the subscribers that have publicly liked with their subscription, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on that headset. I'm going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. And whoever I land closest to with my mouse here, I will just, and if we're in the middle, I'm going to redo it. But I'm going to go like this, and whoever wins. Whoever gets closest wins. Okay, I can't see anything now. I'm flying blind. And what do we got here? So we're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, wherever I stopped, here she goes. Mr. Paintsy, congratulations, you won the Oculus headset. I look forward to getting this out to you. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And again, if you're interested in learning about how to incorporate Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies in your IRA, there is a link in the description below. I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care.